Ganesh was given an ice cream in a cone having a radius of base 3 centimeter and of height 14 centimeter. He weighed that cone with ice cream as 50 gram, while the cone was weighing only 1 gram. Could you find the density of that ice cream? So this is the numerical. Ganesh was given an ice cream in a cone having radius of base 3 centimeter and height 14 centimeter. He weighed that cone with ice cream as 50 gram, while the cone was weighing only 1 gram. Would you find the density of that ice cream? Okay, let us try. First of all, you know that before going towards mass, we would find out the volume of cone. The volume of cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. You know this formula. Then 1/3 multiplied by pi, that is 22/7, multiplied by r square, that is 3 into 3, multiplied by h, that is 14. Okay, for our convenience we took all the units in the same system of units. Okay, so 3 ones are 3, 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14. So 22 into 3 into 2. I would keep it as it is because I think that it would make me more convenient to divide if I would do that. Okay, so now mass of ice cream only, mass of ice cream is equal to mass minus, you can say total mass. Okay, total mass minus mass of cone, ice cream cone. Okay, so this is equal to 50 minus 1, that is 49 gram only. So therefore density of ice cream is equal to mass of ice cream divided by volume. So this is equal to 49 divided by 22 into 22 into 3 into 2, 22 into 3 into 2. So, this is 49 by 22, 3s are 66 into 2, that is 66 into 2. How to do this? 62s are 120 plus 6 2s are 12. So, it becomes 132. Okay, so the unit would be gram per cm cube. So, this is the density of the ice cream. If we calculate it, it would be a very smaller number in decimal fraction. Okay, we could not divide it completely. So, this is the density of ice cream we got. After solving some easy numericals, easy I said because we tried to just introduce you the concept of density and how to calculate it by taking the ratio of mass and volume. Okay. So, more sophisticated numericals we are solving at the end of this chapter, do not worry. Then here we are learning about a device called as density bottle. It is also called as specific gravity bottle. This is the actual photograph of this density bottle. So, this is an actual photograph of this density bottle. You can see this is a glass bottle. Above it there is a tight rubber butch, you can say, and within that there is a small capillary. This is the capillary. I would just show you this capillary. I would draw a marked line to show you, indicate you the capillary clearly. So, this is the capillary in the lid of this density bottle. This lid could be fitted tightly. Now, what is done by using the density bottle? By using the density bottle, you can calculate the density of relative density of any liquid, or simply we can say density of any liquid. Okay, unknown density you can find out by using the density bottle. That is why it is called as density bottle. It is also used for the finding of relative density of the given liquid also. We would see it later on what is meant by relative density. But first of all, we would introduce ourselves with the device called as density bottle. It is a glass bottle fitted with a tight lid, you can say tight butch, and that lid has a small capillary within it. What is the use of capillary? Let us see. So, we draw a schematic diagram and then study more about this density bottle. Okay. Now, see the schematic diagram of density bottle. You can see the schematic diagram of density bottle. See the first diagram as it is mentioned here, that it is a dry and empty density bottle along with the stopper. You can see the stopper lid, I called it as lid. So, you can see the lid or stopper. This is the dry and empty, this is the dry and empty density bottle fitted with its stopper, and there is a capillary. See here, you can see this one is the capillary. Okay, this line like cavity is the capillary, small tube you can call it as. Now, here here first the density bottle is filled with water to the top as it is given here. Now, see this is the density bottle filled with water. Now, before filling it with water, we must find out the mass of this empty density bottle along with its stopper. So, we would first of all we would find out the mass of this empty density bottle and its stopper. Mass of empty density bottle along with stopper is equal to say m1 gram. Okay, so mass of empty density bottle, empty density bottle along with stopper is equal to m1 gram. Then what I told you is that it is filled completely with water as shown in this diagram, this one, okay, filled completely with water. So mass of density bottle filled completely with water is equal to say m2 gram. Now I would make you clear the use of this capillary tube. You can see, again I am magnifying the view for your sake of conveniency. So this is the capillary tube. You can see it is in the stopper or the lid. Okay, now after filling that density bottle, you are closing this density bottle by this stopper tightly. You have to press it, okay, and when you would press it, any excess water would rise in this capillary and comes out. That's why we would assure that the density bottle is completely filled with that water or whatever be the liquid you are going to find out the density of. Okay, so this is the use of the capillary. So mass of density bottle completely filled with water is equal to m2 gram. Therefore mass of water filled in the bottle is equal to, obviously it is m2 minus m1 gram, g for gram I wrote here, okay, this is the equal to sign. So m2 minus m1 g for gram, you can see. After this, I would focus you on a special property of water we are using here. Water has density as 1 gram per cm cube. Okay, water has density as 1 gram per cm cube, or I can say 1 gram per milliliter. I told you that 1 cm cube is 1 milliliter. That means, again, if the meaning is not clear to you, then I would make the meaning further clear to you. And here you see that if I draw a cube of say 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter breadth and 1 centimeter height, This is the cube I have drawn. We would call this as 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. You see here 1 cm, this is also 1 cm, and this is also 1 cm. Okay, this is 1 cm by 1 cm by 1 cm, I can say. And if this cube is filled by water completely, this cube I am filling with water completely, then how much would be the weight of this water? I can say mass correctly. I told you that mass and weight are different, but at yours age level I am oftenly calling mass or weight. Okay. So, this, but more correctly we must call it as a mass, remember. So, mass of water is equal to only 1 gram, you can see it is only 1 gram. So, this means that the density of water is 1 gram per cm cube, and we are taking a benefit of this property. What is the benefit? The benefit is that whatever be the weight of water filled in this, whatever be the mass of water filled in this bottle completely, automatically gives you the volume of the water, or indirectly you can say that the volume of the density bottle itself. Is it clear to you now? Okay, that see this we can do due to only the special property of water, pure water we can say more accurately, that it has the density 1 gram per ml. Okay, so how much would be the weight of this density bottle completely filled with water? Automatically gives you the volume of that water, and indirectly you can say that volume of that density bottle. Remember this. So, here I am writing now with proper explanation. I explained you. So, I am writing here with proper explanation that therefore, volume of water in the density bottle is equal to volume of the bottle itself is equal to m2 minus m1. This is just a number for us. And how much would be the what would be the unit to this bracket? Obviously, the unit to this bracket is cm cube. So, simply without measuring the volume of the density bottle, you could easily find out the volume of that density bottle just by knowing the mass of the water which is completely filled in that bottle. Okay, in this manner, what we have done? We obtained the volume of water, indirectly the volume of bottle. Now, remember, once you found the volume of that bottle for water, that volume is constant for any liquid. Now, it becomes the volume of that container. So, in this manner, by using this property of density of water, we found the volume of that bottle very easily, and it is equal to how much? m2 minus m1, but the unit is cm cube. After this finding, now fill the bottle completely. Now, the density bottle is completely filled. The density bottle is completely filled is completely filled with the liquid of unknown density, or the liquid whose density you want to measure. And obviously before doing this you have to empty that bottle and then completely dry it. Don't forget to do this. Then fill the bottle completely with the liquid whose density you want to know. Let mass of the bottle with the liquid is equal to say m3 gram, okay, m3 gram, or simply m3g. More correctly I would write here m3g. So it is m3g. Now see the formula. Therefore density of liquid is equal to, okay, the mass of the bottle with liquid is m3. Already we found the mass of the empty bottle, okay. So m3 minus empty bottle mass is m1. This gives us the mass of liquid only, divided by volume of that liquid. And how much would be the volume of that liquid? As I illustrated, I described, I explained you in the previous slide many times that the volume of the bottle we could find out easily just by knowing the mass of water inside that bottle, and it is equal to how much? We calculated m2 minus m1. Here the unit is cm cube and here the unit is gram. I would write here for your sake of conveniency mass of liquid only upon volume of liquid. Instead of liquid I would write bottle, because it is fixed volume. Any liquid you fill it in it would take the same volume, okay. And in this manner we could find out the density of the liquid which was unknown to us. So in this way we can use the density bottle for finding out the density of the liquid. Remember, all these theoretical articles are useful for you to calculate the numericals we are going to solve. Many numericals we are going to solve at the end of this chapter. Don't worry, just continuously attend these lectures and see all the videos based on these topics serially, okay. You would understood. I am confident about that. Thank you.